Okay, so let's answer this question. This one actually came up a decent bit. Mike, what do I do if I do not have enough time to put so many of these growth strategies in motion? I'm, an overwhelmed law firm owner. How do I overcome the feeling of there's never enough time when innovating or just fundamentally changing my practice? What do I do? Okay, so I guess it's a question about time, not enough time. Well, yeah, I'll start off by saying that we all have the same amount of time. There's the same 24 hours in every single day. So that's from firm owner to firm owner all across the nation. There's the same, you've got the same 24 hours each day. And the notion of time management, that you can manage time, is an interesting one. I actually prefer to look at it from the standpoint of priority management. So, your time goes where you decide to focus it. So someone could just as easily say, like, I don't have time to work out and exercise, but yet they're making time for Netflix, right? So, I think you focus on what is a priority to you, and being clear on those priorities is a great place to start. The other thing I'd say is, as a business owner, when you really look at what is it that an entrepreneur truly does, and it's all about moving resources from a lower level of output to a higher level of output. And again, it's all about leverageability. So meaning that if you are capped out every single day on what you can do, then you have to look at it from the standpoint of, how do I free myself up so that I can gain back additional time and hours, and then apply that towards something else that would yield a higher output. So for example, if you're spending a lot of time, whether it's managing your calendar, checking emails, assigning out tasks to people, following up with people, and so on, and you look at, okay, if I was freed up from those different tasks, I can instead be focusing on working on the business, developing my team. You could be in court, you could be litigating cases, all sorts of different things that you could be doing that may be actually much more valuable to growing the practice, that may drive much more revenue as well. So from that standpoint, how do you free yourself up? Well, you find a great human being who loves doing all the things that you don't love doing, and then you gain those hours back. And if it's not, it doesn't have to be a live person. I've seen people do it in when I say live, a person who's local to you. It could be, there's virtual assistants out there that can do a lot of tasks that are, calendars and scheduling and auditing and so on, that can be very helpful. But, as the saying goes, that, if you don't have an assistant, you are one. And really, until you value your time and then you where you bring the most value to the business. So if you are the visionary, if you're the rainmaker of the practice, whatever that might be, anytime you're doing anything else, that is actually doing a disservice to your practice, to your clients, and to your team. Okay, so until you value your time, you're not really going to do anything with it. Now, you might say, okay, but I spend all my time working with clients, so I don't have time to work on the business. What do I do then? Well, would you be able to better service your clients and provide them with more personalized attention if you were freed up from other tasks? Okay, so like meaning a lot of administrative tasks, things like that you could be doing. And it all comes down to, if you love working with clients, if you love litigating cases, whatever that might be, I think that's great. Do the things that you love. Just free yourself up from everything else that you don't love that may not be as leverageable. So that choice is always yours. Some firm owners, love going to court. Others, love working on the business. And I say that when you make that decision, at least find the other one, right? Find the opposite, of yourself, so that that way you can focus on the things that you enjoy, the things that bring the most value to the business, to your clients, to your team, and so on. So, from the standpoint of, I don't have enough time to work on my business, it's identifying first, where is your time going? So taking an inventory of that, and there's what we believe, but then if you actually start logging it, there's a lot of great time tracking apps and so on. You'll see that you spend a lot of time refreshing emails. You say you spend a lot of time, doing all sorts of administrative tasks that actually prevent you from focusing on the key things that may move the business forward. A great book that I would recommend, if you haven't read it, it's called The One Thing. This will also help you prioritize, coming in every single day, and, knowing in advance, here are the top 3 focuses for the day, here are my top 3 focuses for the week, all those different things, they keep you much more intentional, and they make sure that you're using your time much more wisely, because when you prioritize on the right things, if you focus on doing the right top 3 things every single day and every single week, you will make incredible progress. And the reality of it is, those top 3, are really the 80% that moves the business forward. Okay, that's going to be the things that help the business take off. Everything else generally is just noise. Most things, in truth, do not matter. But the main things that truly matter, making sure that you're not neglecting those in favor of staying busy. So look at time management as priority management, and start by being clear on your priorities. And like I said, until you value your time and see your role to be able to drive more leverage, until you value your time, you're not going to do anything with it.